A special thank you to each of our subscribers who make this channel possible. Here's today's story. In a significant development this week, the death of Yahya Sinwar, a prominent Hamas leader, has sent shockwaves through Israel, Gaza, and the broader Middle East. Sinwar, who was widely regarded as the mastermind behind the October 7th attacks that resulted in the loss of approximately 1,200 lives and the capture of around 250 hostages, was killed by Israeli forces in Rafah, southern Gaza. This event has raised urgent questions about the future of the ongoing conflict and the potential implications for regional stability. The Israeli military's operation that led to Sinwar's demise is being viewed as a critical inflection point in the protracted conflict that has now entered its second year. David Remnick, a noted commentator, suggests that this moment could represent an opportunity for Israel to negotiate the release of hostages, initiate an international effort to rebuild Gaza, and perhaps embark on a diplomatic path towards peace in the Middle East. However, the path forward remains fraught with uncertainty. In the aftermath of Sinwar's death, reactions from both sides of the conflict have been mixed. In Israel, there is a sense of celebration among some factions, while others express concern about the potential for further violence. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu described Sinwar's death as the beginning of the day after Hamas, suggesting that the militant group, which has ruled Gaza since 2007, may be on the verge of collapse. He emphasized that this moment represents a chance for Palestinian residents to liberate themselves from what he called Hamas's tyranny. Conversely, the Hamas Political Bureau has labeled Sinwar's death as a painful and distressing loss, declaring him an icon for the Palestinian people. The group has indicated that its military operations will continue, albeit in a more fragmented manner due to ongoing Israeli military pressure and the loss of leadership. Karim Judah, a lawyer from Gaza, expressed skepticism about the impact of Sinwar's death on the group's cohesion and ability to negotiate. He noted that Hamas is currently facing significant disruptions in communication and leadership structure, which could hinder its capacity to respond effectively to Israel's military advances. The Israeli Defense Minister, Yoav Gallant, has called on remaining Hamas fighters to surrender, suggesting that the group's operational capabilities are diminishing. The implications of Sinwar's death extend beyond the immediate military context. Israeli authorities believe that around 101 hostages are still being held in Gaza, with many presumed dead. The return of these hostages has become a primary concern for Israel's political leadership, and the killing of Sinwar raises questions about who may now be in a position to negotiate their release. Some analysts argue that the absence of a clear leadership figure within Hamas could complicate any potential deal. Benny Gantz, a former head of the Israeli military, stated that while Sinwar's death sends a strong message to Israel's adversaries, it should also be leveraged to secure the return of hostages. He emphasized that the Israeli military's operations in Gaza are likely to continue for the foreseeable future, regardless of Sinwar's demise. As the situation unfolds, the prospects for a ceasefire and a diplomatic resolution remain tenuous. Daniel Lifshitz, whose grandfather is among the hostages, expressed hope that the removal of Sinwar could pave the way for negotiations. He urged Netanyahu to seize this moment to strike a deal, arguing that Sinwar had been a significant obstacle to progress. However, there are also fears among families of the hostages regarding the potential consequences of Sinwar's death. Some worry that the remaining hostages may be at greater risk now that they are in the hands of less organized and potentially more volatile factions within Hamas. Dana Liedersdorf, attending a rally for families of hostages, voiced her concerns about the unpredictable nature of the situation, stating that the hostages could be harmed out of spite or revenge. In New York, as migratory bird season unfolds, a poignant story emerged from the city's birding community. Erin Weaver, a senior director of audience development, recounted her experience rescuing a small songbird that had collided with a window. This moment of connection with nature serves as a reminder of the delicate balance between human activity and wildlife, paralleling the fragility of the current geopolitical landscape. As the international community watches closely, the coming days will be critical in determining whether Sinwar's death can indeed lead to a shift in the dynamics of the Israel-Palestine conflict or whether it will simply escalate the violence further. The stakes have never been higher, and the eyes of the world are on the region as it grapples with the aftermath of this pivotal event. That's all for this story. We upload videos every day covering many different subjects, So hit that subscribe button to stay informed. Thanks for watching.